Hello and welcome to the Expert Bootcamp, the English lesson that brings to stage #1 experts of the leading industries. So let me check if everything is rolling on properly here in our class. And first of all, happy Sunday. So I hope that this morning you have the chance to join the new episode of the Expert Bootcamp that today we'll see together with me on stage a very, very nice and interesting guest. Okay, I see that the video is working properly. Hello, welcome, good morning. Please give me a feedback just to let me know that you can hear me and see me properly. Good morning, I see that you're starting coming. Very good, great. Hi, Walter, good morning, welcome. Okay, guys, so today I'm so happy and honored to have with me on stage a very, very nice lady. She comes from Brazil, but she lives in the UAE. She is a beautiful woman, she's a mom, and she's also an entrepreneur. Today, in fact, I'm so happy to bring to stage Miss Paola Scalco. Just a second. And here we are. Hi, Paola. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, everyone.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me today. I'm very, very excited.
Thank you for accepting my invitation. Thank you so much. I know that you are super busy, especially in this period of the year, but you have been so kind to accept my invitation. Yesterday, I anticipated to my students that you know some Italian. I remember that you are familiar with the Italian language and you know some words, but today, just to make it difficult for them, let's say, no Italian allowed, just English.
Okay.
I don't remember, where have you studied in Italy, Paola?
So I studied in Ferrara.
In Ferrara, okay.
Yeah.
How long? How many years?
I did 7 months of Erasmus.
Okay.
I studied architecture.
Fantastic, great. So in 7 months, you were able to acquire, some Italian, amazing. Also because, it is not so easy compared to other languages. Is it similar to Portuguese in terms of grammar structure?
Yes, yeah. The structure is pretty much the same. So I think that's why it was easier to learn.
Okay.
So I would say like French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, they're quite similar.
Yeah, sure. So let's say this made a little bit easier. Paola, so again, good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm so happy to have you here. First of all, I would like to give you the stage to introduce yourself and just to tell us a little bit who you are. I just introduced you briefly, but for sure my students are so happy to know you a little bit better. So before having our questions, I would like just to give you the chance to introduce you.
Okay. So ciao, everyone. My name is Paola once again. I'm Brazilian. I'm a wedding photographer here in Dubai. I've been living here for the past 13 years, so it's a long, long time.
Amazing.
And I used to be an architect. That's my background. I finished my university, and now I'm a wedding photographer. So that's a bit about me.
And let's say what happened at a certain point of your life, of your career as an architect, that made you think, okay, now it's time to change? Because architecture and photography are part, from my perspective, are art, forms of art, but a little bit different. So what drove you to this other direction?
So when I studied architecture, I've always really liked photography, and one of my classes was photography back in Brazil. So that's how I started with the photography bit, but nothing related to wedding. So I always had a camera. I've always been interested in photography. I've always really liked photography, but it's always been like a hobby.
Okay.
And then I came to Dubai. I was already working here, not as a photographer, and I met my husband. And I didn't want to have like a 9-to-5 job. And so how did it happen? So then I thought, I really like weddings and events. This is just something I always liked. And it's kind of linked with architecture, you know, the side of arts and composition. I think everything is a bit linked. So I did a wedding course, wedding planning course in the UK. I started working as a trainee as a wedding planner. Nothing related to photography, but I was always taking my camera with me to take the details, but because I loved.
So let's say that you started having the first steps in the wedding industry.
Correct. So it was the wedding first. So I was already in the wedding industry, working and meeting all the vendors as a wedding planner. I was a trainee.
Okay.
So I was always in the middle, helping, doing a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And every time I had time, I would take some photos. And people started saying, your photos are very good. And I was like, oh, I really like taking photos. Maybe this could be a job. And then people started asking me, can you come do a setup for me, a wedding setup? Can you take some photos? And that's how it happened. When I saw I was already photographing.
I mean, all of a sudden you found out that you were a wedding photographer.
Yeah,
amazing.
And now I am.
Amazing. Also because, I mean, starting a brand new career in another country is not easy at all. You have to understand how things are working in that country and the competition, how it works, rates, and blah, blah, blah. So for sure, it has been not easy, but impressive because you did it. So Paola, as you know, we have prepared for you some questions because we want to, I mean, take the best and the most from this conversation. Guys, I just want to share with you this PDF. Then for sure I will upload it in our platform. So don't worry, now you will see something very small, but then you will have the chance to go through this file because you can download it. So Paola has introduced herself. Now I have some questions for you, Paola. So what's the photographic style that is in trend nowadays, in your opinion?
I believe people do not like anything too posed. So I would say it's more candid photography, which is a more normal sort of relaxed way of photographing. So you don't really pose people. You let it very natural.
Yeah, I remember, for example, in Italy, it is very popular when you enter the house of everyone, that at the very at the entrance or in the living room, there is this very big photo of the wedding day. That basically, if you meet people of the same age, the pose is always the same.
Yeah.
So now this kind of stuff has slightly changed.
Evolved,
People
yeah.
want to do something different.
Yeah.
Interesting to know. In your opinion, Paola, has Instagram impacted on photography? And if so, how?
I believe so. So I think there are two ways it has impacted. One is, for me, it's where I get most of my business. So I would say 90% of my inquiries come from Instagram. So it has impacted a lot. And another way I believe it impacted is the way people look at Instagram and see photos and see the style, and they contact you, oh, I want this kind of photo or that kind of photo. So I believe Instagram is a really good platform, either for getting business or for people to get ideas of what they want.
Yeah, and in terms of, new styles, new trends, do you think that there are or exist trends or styles that were born on Instagram?
I'm not sure, but I would say so. I think so, because people are so connected with Instagram. So when one thing becomes a trend, like there was this photo a while ago, there was one photo on top of the other. So it was like the couple, and there was the issue blend with flowers. And that became very popular on Instagram. So everybody wanted that photo. So I was doing it for a while because they saw on Instagram and they wanted.
Okay. So let's say it is also a place where new trends are set, and so then you have to adapt or to, provide styles, new styles that can for sure find the acceptance of the Instagram audience. Now let's move a little bit to the wedding, let's say, sphere, because you are a photographer who majored, let's say, in the wedding industry. In case you have the chance now, for sure in our virtual class, I suppose that there are brides to be. Which advice would you give them to get ready for their big days, especially from the point of view of photography? So when it comes the time that they have to meet the wedding photographer, so from the point of view of the photographer, which kind of advice would you give them?
So, well, welcome if there's any brides. Very happy if there's any brides with us. And I believe being organized is the key point. So having a diary where you can write everything, it's a good start. So I would say that's a good way for you to get ready for the big day. I do think it's important to meet with your photographer and the planner and everybody else in the venue.
Yes.
So you can walk around the venue, you can have a feel, because sometimes you think, oh, I want to take photos in the beach, I don't know, in the beach, in the venue, in the hotel, but sometimes it could be very far, sometimes it's not. On the day of the wedding, you will be wearing high heels. So it's a good way to get organized, to go in the venue with your wedding photographer, have a look, have a feel of the place to see if it's manageable on the day. And again, I think the key is being organized. From my side, a few days before the wedding, I do send to the brides a list of things I would like to be ready, like the wedding dress, the jewelry, the flower bouquet needs to arrive on time. So as soon as I arrive, I can do all those details while the bride is getting ready doing her makeup.
Yeah.
So that for me really helps being organized. I think that's the key point.
Correct, yes. So Walter has a question for you, Paola.
Yes.
He's asking if Scalco is an Italian surname, so if you have any kind of Italian origin.
Correct. So I am Brazilian, but I'm from the south of Brazil, where we have all the Italians that came.
Mm-hmm.
So my great-grandparents came from Italy to Brazil.
Do you know from where? From which?
I don't know, from the north.
From the north, okay.
And I do not have any contact with anyone in Italy at the moment, but that's why I was able to do the Erasmus, because I do have Italian passport.
Ah, so you also have the Italian passport.
Because I've always been very interested in the Italian culture, the Italian food. So when I did my university, they had a program with Italy.
Nice.
That they sent some Italian students to my university. It was a Christian from Priests University.
Okay.
That I went to Italy with the Erasmus kind of program.
Like an exchange, let's say. So
an exchange.
Coming.
The exchange. I went and they came for 7 months, but that's why I was able to do it, because I was Italian.
Ah, nice. I mean, are there a lot of people with Italian origins in Brazil? I suppose.
So many.
No.
So my city, pretty much everybody is Italian.
In your city, the majority of people come from Italy. I mean, have Italian origins. Wow. And what about the perception of the Italian culture? I mean, the Italian language, the Italian cuisine, which kind of perceptions is there in Brazil, considering how far the two countries are?
That you guys are the best. Best pasta, beautiful language, beautiful places, very welcoming. We like my grandma, she cooks pasta at home, and yeah.
So okay, I mean the link is strong.
Yeah, it's
nice.
very strong.
Good to know. Great. I have never been to Brazil, but I would like to go there. I mean,
everybody is very welcome to come to Brazil.
Yeah, it is one, I think, of the destination that you have in the bucket list that everyone would like to visit and to go. I don't know if there is anybody who went to Brazil. In case, guys, write in the comments. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, among your works, which one is your favorite one and why?
So I don't know if people know about this. In Dubai, the person that rules Dubai is called a sheikh and a sheikha. So they have many sheikhs and many sheikhas in the UAE, in the 7 Emirates.
Yes.
So my main work that blew my mind away was when I photographed the Sheikh of Sharjah, which is another Emirates here
Wow.
near
Yeah,
Dubai.
just let me explain them. The Sheikh is Sheikho in Italian language, and the United Arab Emirates are composed of 7 emirates, and Sharjah is one of them, like Dubai, that is another emirate, just for you to know.
Correct. So she was a sheikha, and I did not know.
Okay. Wow. So you did it. You found out once there.
They're very humble people, very, very humble. She wrote to me on WhatsApp. We were talking on the phone, never said anything. She sent me the location. By the time, it was quite far from my house, it was like an hour drive. By the time I was driving, I can see the palace. And I was like, oh. And that's how I realized where I was.
So, okay, you arrived here and you found yourself in the palace of the Sheikh.
Yes.
Amazing. And as far as the request that they had, were requests extravagant compared to let's say normal people? Or, I mean, did you find in front of yourselves humble people, normal people when the wedding came?
So I believe the people that do hire me as a photographer, they are like the younger generation.
Okay.
So they would not be into, the bling, the gold. They are much more, let's say, normal. So the girls that do hire me, they're like 20-something, they're younger. They probably studied abroad in the UK. So they do have this more, we call it Western kind of taste. So when I arrived, she was completely normal, white dress, normal, like normal bride, a beautiful bride. Everything was beautiful, but it wasn't anything super extravagant. No.
Nice, amazing. Sorry, there is a very nice question here because the issue of the passport for sure created curiosity.
Yes.
Alessandra is asking, do you have 3 passports, Brazilian, Italian, and Dubai? No, but I want you to explain because for sure people don't know how the passport issue works in here. But I will give you
Alessandra, thank you for the... Alessandra?
Alessandra.
Ciao, Alessandra. Thank you for the question. So the way it works, I was born in Brazil, so automatically I have the Brazilian passport because my great-grandparents were Brazilian. Until the 4th generation, we do get the Italian passport. So,
okay.
Yeah, my grandparents got, because both sides, right? My mom and my dad. So my grandparents got, my parents got, then I got the Italian passport. So that's how I got the Italian passport.
And your daughter as well is the 4th. So your daughter as well?
She's the 5th.
Okay.
Yeah. And Dubai, nobody gets a UAE passport. The laws here are very strict, especially with Monica, correct me if I'm wrong, but especially with this kind of the passport point of view, you only get a UAE passport if the father is from UAE, married to a mom from the UAE. So they both have to be from the UAE. No, not from Dubai, from the UAE, we say. They have to be from here. That's the only way you get a Dubai or a UAE passport. So people from abroad, they will never get it.
In fact, question, was your daughter born here in the UAE?
So correct. This is a very interesting, it's a bit away from the wedding thing, but this is a very interesting question. So I am Brazilian. My husband is Irish. So we are mixed. So the way it works, the citizenship of the child born in Dubai is always the dad, always.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So because the man is the one who has to go to do the whole paperwork.
Okay.
So when he does the paperwork, automatically she gets the citizenship from the dad.
Okay.
So my daughter, she has Irish and British.
Okay.
And we took the Brazilian for her. So she has 3.
Okay, nice.
Complicated, yeah.
Nice, yes, great. I didn't know that. Yeah, but let's say the most interesting thing to know is that even if you were born here, you do not have the UAE passport.
No one.
No.
It's the main law here because if you have a UAE passport, you have so many benefits. You get a land, you get a salary. So no, it's only for Emiratis.
Yeah. So I mean, it's strange because I met a lot of people who were born here who didn't, for example, haven't ever gone to their country of origin, but they have the passport of India, for example, or
Yeah,
Pakistan.
mainly would be Pakistani, Indians, Filipino, born here. Even their parents were born here. They will never get it.
Yeah. But now I know that they are introducing like the chance. I don't know if it is to get the UAE passport for like merit. If if I mean you excel in university studies or in the academic career, now they are introducing something like this. So
I
if
read
you
in the
deserve.
newspaper. Yeah, I believe you get, they call it the golden visa.
The golden visa,
So
you're right. It has nothing to do with
the passport is something very, very, very precious for them. They're so like, oh, I have an Emirati passport. So you get a golden visa. It's like a 50 years visa. You can bring your parents. It's something different. I might be wrong.
Totally right. No, you're right. I was confused. Yeah, because I read this article about this kind of
It's the golden
new.
Especially now with the pandemic, they're giving to the doctors, to people that are exceeding and making a lot for the country. They're getting this golden visa thing.
Yeah. Thank you so much, because it's something very interesting. I mean, people living in Italy or in Europe do not know how it works in here. So they were very curious.
So my baby is not an Emirati. She's not from Dubai. She's Irish Brazilian.
Amazing. And I mean, Paula has really, really, really a lovely daughter. I know that when you see a kid, I mean, kids are always so super beautiful, but Paula's daughter is really, I mean, a doll. She's
I don't know
lovely.
if you can see her.
Yeah, I mean, guys, she's a doll. She's amazing, really amazing.
Maria,
so nice name. Okay, so let's go on. Another question. What is the most bizarre and extravagant event that you have ever shot?
So that was right in the beginning of my career here as a photographer. So it wasn't my client. I was working as a freelancer for another company. There was, I think, 7 or 8 of us. We flew to Doha. Doha, again, is another country nearby. It's 45 minutes by the airplane. So we went there, and it was the Sheikha of Doha getting married. But it was arranged. It was arranged marriage. She did not want to get married. And it's a sad story. She didn't want to get married.
Arranged, just to understand, guys, do you understand what arranged marriage is? So she didn't decide, okay?
So the parents of him, the bride, and the parents of her, the bride and the groom, they arranged the wedding. So they didn't know each other.
Okay.
So
they were supposed to meet on the wedding day.
They met on the engagement, but on the wedding day.
Yeah, correct. On the engagement, yeah.
And then she hidden in the bedroom. And she locked herself.
Oh my God! And then
nobody could take her out. So
the wedding didn't take place.
It happened eventually. So eventually she came out with the dad. We have no photos. We only have the photo of her walking down the aisle. That's it. She didn't take photos with the groom. We didn't know what to do. And that was a bizarre story. And
that was one of your first.
Right, like 7.5 years ago, I flew to Doha, this palace, the most beautiful wedding you can imagine, fireworks. And the wedding still happened, hey? Everybody was still there, but no bride.
I can imagine what you were thinking by that time. I mean, you were thinking, if every wedding is gonna be like this.
I was worried, and since then, I never had any arranged said marriage, so it's been very lucky.
Did you know in advance that it was that kind of marriage, or did you discover later?
No, we knew it was arranged because here the culture is still a bit arranged. But sometimes most of my clients are very, very happy. But this was a sheikha with a sheikh, and I didn't know. So we only found out when we arrived.
Okay. So now that you know, you can decide if you want to, to participate, let's say, as photographer or no.
I think there's a few questions. I don't know if you want to answer.
Excuse me?
I saw a few questions asking about the camera, being woman.
Yes, so, I mean, yes, in this slide, in the upcoming one. Yes, there are other questions, correct. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Great.
Right.
Other question.
Mhm.
Let's start. Yeah, let's move a little bit to the technical ones, let's say. What type of cameras do you usually shoot with? In case here we have photographers,
Give me
so
1
people
second.
working
Okay.
in the photography industry. Now, let's move to, let's say, the most technical sphere of your job. Which type of cameras do you use, and which kind of technical advice would you give to colleagues here, Italian colleagues in here, who work as photographers?
So hello, if there's any photographers. I use Fujifilm, which is this brand. I photographed before with Nikon, with Canon. I always say the best camera is the one that you have.
Okay.
That's always my advice. People go like, your photos are beautiful, your camera is amazing. No, of course the camera has to do with it, but even if I get a phone, I can manage to get a nice photo.
Yeah.
So I always explain, is not the camera, is what you can do with the camera. But me personally, after trying Canon, Nikon, and Fujifilm, I'm a bit of an old soul. I like everything a bit vintage. I like everything from the past. So I like Fujifilm because, one, it looks super cool.
Yeah, in fact, it is super cool.
It's small. And usually my weddings, I stay 8, 9, 10 hours holding, and I have 2 cameras. I have I put it here, 2 cameras. And before, when I used Canon, they were very, very heavy. So at the end of the wedding, I used to have a lot of back pain.
Sure.
So this is a mirrorless. There's no mirror, it means. It's a mirrorless camera, which means it's much smaller. It is a crop lens. And it's all technical. I don't even know everything, but it's cropped, meaning it's a bit smaller, the sensor inside.
Yeah.
So the only thing sometimes when it's dark, it's a bit harder to photograph.
Okay, and what do you do in that case? Do you help yourself with lights?
So I carry, when I go to the weddings, I have 2 bags with me. Of course, I have my speed light, which is the flash that goes here. And I carry my extra lights. I never have any issue. I'm used to do it, so I always manage to do it.
You are fully equipped, yeah.
Yeah. So I have all the other equipments.
Very nice, good.
So I carry 2 of these with me, and I have 8 lenses.
Great. Let me just share here some comments because I see some technical ones. Okay, for example, I don't see the names. Someone wrote, unfortunately here, it doesn't show me the names. I'm a user of Nikon, but I prefer Sony Alpha 7R3. I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have Sony Alpha. I don't know if it is 7R3, but
Yeah.
okay. I have Sony as well, but I use it to record and not to show. I mean, I never take pictures, but I use it to record videos.
The Sony is a very, like my video. So I'm the main photographer of my company. I have a proper business, it's licensed, you know, it's a proper, we pay taxes and everything. So it's a proper company, but I'm the main person. And then I have the people that work with me. I do not do video, but I have the people that do video, part of my team. They use the Sony.
Okay. Let's explain also how it works in here to work as photographer. You have just mentioned the license because last month we have interviewed a real estate agent who explained what is needed in here to work as real estate agent. I mean that you have to go to RERA, you have to get your license, attend the training, and blah, blah, blah. How does it work if you want to start a career as a photographer in the UAE? As far as, let's say, the bureaucratic path? So
I believe when you're starting, you wouldn't have that many clients, maybe, I don't know. You could get just a freelancing license.
Freelancing license, okay.
So you get a freelance photographer, videographer license. It's cheaper. You renew once a year. But there's some restrictions. You cannot do printing, you cannot do video, you cannot do drone, stuff like that.
Okay. Because you can just take pictures, but in any kind of event. I mean, you don't have restrictions.
Photos in events.
Okay.
And you have your license and you're covered. For us, because we have a bigger team, we're 6. We do albums, we do drone, we do crane, we do all the bigger things. And because we work with bigger clients like the shakers and we work in the hotels, we have a company trade license. So it's a bit more complicated. You have bank accounts, you have to the VAT, which is 5% now. So it's a bit more complicated, but it's doable. So that's what we have. We have the business company license.
And how does it work if you have to take pictures, take photos inside a hotel? Do you need to, do you have to inform the hotel? Does the hotel need to grant you a kind of permission? How does it work? Because I remember that I attended a wedding of some friends of mine who got married in Burj Khalifa in Armani. And I remember that as soon as they came out of the car, the photographer for sure was there taking some pictures, and the security immediately arrived asking her for the authorization. So how does it work?
So beforehand with the weddings, it depends. Sometimes it's the planner. Usually when it's planner, it's easier. So the planner asks for my trade license, my passport, and my UAE visa for me and for the people that are working, all the employees. We send it and that's it. So we get the approval, we get the license. Okay. So on the day, what happened in Dubai, everybody knows everything during the wedding. So when we arrive, the security is already informed. It's going to be a wedding. So nobody comes and asks us because we already have the permission.
Okay. In fact, in that case, the wedding was not organized by a wedding planner. They did everything by themselves. So that's
even in that way, I always tell the client, have you got the permission?
Yeah.
Very upfront. Have you got the permission? Always the answer is no. So I'll explain, you have to talk to the staff from the hotel, explain you're going to have a professional photographer and videographer. So then we can do the trim.
Let's say that I think that here, for sure, one of, let's say, maybe the most, not difficult, but one of the things that you have to take into consideration is the fact that you need permission to access specific places, specific areas. In fact, in February, we had a lesson inside the Dubai Mall. A friend of mine who lives here in Dubai, very close to the Dubai Mall, and she's always at the Dubai Mall, so she knows it perfectly. She had a lesson there, walking around the Dubai Mall, showing to my students how is the Dubai Mall from inside. And she was a little bit scared because, we were discussing about it, and we said we decided to go just with the phone, without, the selfie stick and whatever, because maybe in case someone would have noticed her with all this equipment, maybe they would have stopped her asking for permissions or whatever. But she was a little bit scared because, she spent like 1 hour going around and around. And sometimes it can happen that people approach you and ask.
It happens many times. As soon as they see me with the gear, like you saw, my cameras are not very big. But still, when I put everything, or if the videographer is with me, straight away we have lots of securities on top of us. Yeah,
sure. Okay. How did you launch your career as a photographer in a foreign country? More or less, you have already explained. Do you wanna add anything, or have you told us all your secrets?
I think I said if you wanna ask anything, feel free. But that's how I started my career here.
Okay. What is the one thing you wish you knew when you started taking photos? Something that if you have the chance to get back to 7 years ago, right? 7 years ago you started.
Almost 8, yeah.
Almost 8 years ago. The one thing that, oh my gosh, it had been great in case I knew it.
It's not so related to photography, it's more related to the business side of it. I wish from the beginning I had got a good company to do my website.
Okay.
Because I had so many issues with web designing, website. I tried doing by myself. It's been very hard. So this week I launched my new website.
Nice.
They will give you the link and everything. People are asking here about how to follow me. We'll give you the Instagram as well.
Amazing. Yes, sure. Absolutely. So then we are curious to see your new website.
I hope you like it. So finally, I found someone amazing, and I've been working since December on it. and it's finally the way I dreamed of. So that would be one advice. You cannot be good on everything. You can't be able to design everything. You can't be able to do website, Instagram. It's like I do my album designs. I do all the editing. It's a lot of load work. It's a lot.
Yeah,
And
sure.
there's another. Does Paula use the drone? I personally do not do video. I don't know how to do video. Like I said, you can be good on everything. I'm good on photos. My colleagues, the girls that work with me, so we have 4 videographers. They use drone, they use crane, they use everything.
Okay. Do you know, I also know that here, having a drone and then having the chance to use it, you cannot just buy a drone and then use it. You have to ask again for permissions.
Correct. So for the drone, the girls, they need to do a course. It's like a pilot drone course, so they've done it. We need to apply with the government, and each drone, we have 4 drones. We have the numbers. Every time we go to a wedding, we have to apply for the permission to fly.
Okay.
2 days ago, I was in this non-flying zone area.
Okay.
Which was near to the Sheikh's house. So the drone wouldn't even take off.
Ah, okay.
The drone is blocked. It does not take off. So people say, oh, you are expensive. Things are expensive. It is an expensive business, I would say. We just don't go and buy, the equipment and shoot. We have all the permissions, the legalities, there is a lot behind that people don't even realize.
Yeah, sure. Last question. Do you stamp, do you print the photos by yourself?
Yeah, yes and no, I'll show you.
Nice. In the meantime, let me see.
I prepared everything for you guys. So, well, I don't do it at home, of course, because I don't have a printer this kind. But for example, I wanted to show you.
Let me remove these so that you are bigger. Okay, great. Oh,
so this is a cotton paper from the UK. It's called Concure paper. It's a very high-end paper. And some of my clients, they do get this printed.
Very nice.
So this is the new addition to my business now with the new relaunch and a new rebranding. So these are all photos that I've taken. And they're very high-end, fine art with this cotton paper. And of course, I have the albums, the wedding albums and all that. I do all. I provide all to my clients.
Do you have like an album to show? Something that you can show? Nice. I mean, also the choice of the paper is very refined, very charming.
1 second.
Yeah, sure. Salvatore wrote, I can notice when you speak some Brazilian accent. Yeah, sometimes in some words, especially when you pronounce the name of your country of origin. So nice. I mean, to hear this Brazilian flavor. Let me see if there are other questions, because we are almost done. Very nice, very nice. Also, very nice collection of books, Paola. You read a lot. Very nice bookcase.
Thank you so much. So, hi everyone. Sorry for the delay, because it was a bit heavy. So this is my new.
Super nice.
So it's a new bag that I just launched.
Wow.
You cannot see, but there is a logo here. And this is the album.
Super amazing.
We open this way. So there's the smaller album.
Yeah, usually it is for parents, just a gift.
This is as a gift. And this. So it's a full spread. It's called, so this is called a page, and this is called a spread. So a spread is 2 pages.
Okay.
So this album is 15 spreads, which means 30 pages.
Pages. Spread pages.
We call it full spread because see, there's only a line in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it.
Super nice.
That's the big album. That's the small album.
Super nice, really super, super cute.
And this is now how my clients are receiving the photos. So they receive online. Is it okay? I'm showing them.
Yeah, sure. Wow.
Yes, that's a new package. Monica, can I say you've been my bride?
Yeah.
Monica,
I wanted to keep for the end. That's why I didn't tell, but it's fine. But it's amazing because you are almost done. So yes, I can tell.
Monica was my very, very, very special bride.
Thank you. You're very nice. Now, guys, you have to know that you see Paola. She's so, sweet. But you should see her on the wedding days. I mean, she's like a tenant.
You have to be. On the wedding day, I'm like,
a sergeant for sure. Yeah, I mean, she was go. There is no time to waste.
Especially when I see the sun going down. I'm a different person. I'm like, stop, go, stop.
Yeah. In fact, I said, oh my God. I mean, you cannot imagine how she has this kind of transformation when it's time to work. But I think it was super because then. And at the end of the day, when I saw all the pictures, I said, thanks God she did like this. Otherwise, we were just relaxed and, take our time. But then there was no output at the end. Yeah, show also how people get the pictures.
So, it comes a little box. Oh, I don't know where's the USB. And inside there's a USB. Let me get it here.
It is super nice because it is like made of wood.
So inside... there is a USB. So inside here is going to be all the photos and the videos inside, so the person can keep it safe. And this
super
is
nice.
Monica got the older box. This is the new branding box. So that's
but the USB key is very similar.
The same.
Super nice. I mean,
so
really.
Nice, then you can keep this safe. And also you get an online link where you can download the photos, you can send to your parents, to your friends.
And share the link with your guests.
Yeah.
Something super nice. I just want to see if there are other questions. Just a second. Now I missed the comment, but there was someone asking how they can get in contact with you. So then, Paola, we would appreciate if you can share the link of your new website, the link to your social media channels, so that we can reach you. I mean, also my students can have a look at your beautiful and amazing pictures, and also see your website, your new website.
And even if you have any questions about Dubai, photography, anything, you're more than welcome to text me. I can see someone asking, I think I would like to reply this question. Is it hard being a woman in Dubai in this business?
I didn't see. Did you see this kind of question?
There was 3 comments asking,
yeah, can you reply, please?
Okay. Is it difficult being a woman? Is it being difficult being a photographer as a woman? So it's all the way around here, because the local weddings, the Emirati weddings, it's ladies only. So only female photographers or videographers or any kind of staff on the day can be in the venue, can photograph it, or can serve, or any kind of service on the day of the wedding. You have to be a woman. So for me, it's actually good, because that's why I get to do so much work, because I'm a woman. So it's all the way around here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the opposite. How many weddings you told me you had this month?
13.
I mean, amazing. And now Paola has another event where she has to go like in less than 1 hour. So she's really,
That's
really.
why I'm wearing black. I apologize. So this is my working clothes. I always go in black.
I mean, is there a specific reason why you wear this color?
So all the staff, when I'm photographing, it's me and the videographers, we're all wearing black. One, because people know your staff.
Okay.
The other one, you blend in more. So if we have to do any kind of Photoshop, it's easier.
Okay.
Blended. And also, here in Dubai, it's really hot. So if you're sweating, it doesn't show.
This is something.
So yeah, it's all the things you have to think.
That people should know. I mean, yeah, because you're right. I mean, the temperatures for sure have a very, very big impact on how you look at the end of the day.
So I need to look good in the end of the day. Sometimes it's really hard, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. Paola, it has been super, super nice to have you today. thank you so much. It has been a very nice conversation. I mean, I'm so pleased to have you here because I know how talented you are. I know how lovely you are also as a person. So I was super sure that my students would have liked you. So they were very interested in the topic. I also saw Paula is a very hurricane of energy and passion. Yes, she is. Definitely. Sorry, just a final question. How, Paula?
I still have time.
How do you promote? Just a second. Let me see if I am able to show it in here, because here I don't usually get it always. Okay, I will read the question. Otherwise, how do you promote yourself beside Instagram and your website? Are there, I don't know, word of mouth? Does it work in here, the word of mouth? I don't know.
So my clients, Instagram, word of mouth. This 95% of my clients are Emiratis, are locals from Dubai. They're Arabs. In the beginning,
in this case, I suppose a word of mouth.
Word of mouth. And once they like you, you do the entire family. So the Sheikh of Sharjah, I've done, I don't know how many of them. Because the families are quite big. And the main thing in Dubai is the trust and also the privacy. So if you look at my Instagram, my work, you're not going to see any kind of Emirati photos, only the ones I have permission, but they really trust me. They trust me as a person. And because my company, I'm the face of the company, I'm the owner, and they're dealing with me. When they call, they're talking to me. They're not talking to a secretary. When I go, I do the album. They really trust you. And it makes a very good bond. So I think for me, the way my business has grown, I never thought I would be where I am, to be honest. But once they like you, once the Emirati clients like you, once the sheikhs, once the royal family likes you, that's it. You don't need to do anything. Honestly, it's just word of mouth. Every day my phone is ringing, sheikhs and people asking for photos because they trust you.
For sure here, privacy being, accurate, but at the same time respectful is something really super, super important.
And I would say they like that I'm going, I never send someone, it's me. I have the team, of course, I have more people coming with me, but I'm the one talking to them. I'm the one explaining, and they think I'm quite sweet. They like this, you know, when you're talking to them nicely, you have to be super polite. So these kind of things made me get those clients. So answering the question, apart from Instagram, is word of mouth. Word of mouth. And if you do your job properly, you get it.
I have to reread this question. Paula, in Dubai, is there the possibility to do a landscape workshop or other type example sunset session? I don't understand the question. I mean, if she teaches other photographers or people funding photography how to take pictures in this kind of landscapes or moments of the day. I didn't get the question, frankly speaking.
Okay, let me try to explain. I don't understand the question either. Sunset is the best time to photograph because you get, it's another term, golden light. So the golden light is the prettiest light of the day, which is like 40 minutes before the sunset. So for my, as Monica knows, for my clients, I always try to time the wedding according to the sunset. Every day I know the sunset, every day, 6:32, 6:34, I know exactly. So I time it correctly. So for the sunset, because that's when you're going to have the prettiest light, and no artificial light can be the same.
And replace, replace
it. So yes, if that was your question, I do not teach. Like I said, I believe each person has to do one job very good. I'm a very good photographer. I could teach, but I haven't taught. So I always, if people, they do contact me for workshops, there is one place in Dubai that they are school, they're proper school. I used to teach there, but I no longer do it. In the beginning, I used to do little workshops for kids.
Nice.
So it's called Go Photo Plus, GPP. It's in the Oculus. Did you ask me where is it?
No, I mean, is there any kind? Can you say it again? The name?
It's Go Photo Plus.
Okay.
I'll give you later. They're the best.
Thank you. Yeah, Gulf Photo
They are
Club.
the best school in Dubai. I've done lots of courses there. I'm not a specialist on everything, so I'm always doing courses, workshops. Sometimes they bring photographers from abroad to teach. I'm always taking courses with them. So that's what I would say. When people ask me, do you do? No. Go to a professional, go to this school.
Nice. And it is, I mean, for, as far as I understood from your words, for every kind of audience, from kids to adults.
Everything. So they have food photography, how to use the flash. They have beginner photographers. They have film camera photography. They have everything.
Nice. I think that a thing that I do like in here is that, I mean, people are so creative and feel so free here to, I mean, it's not unusual that you walk around, that you walk, for example, along the marina or along the shoreline, and you see people vlogging, you see people shooting some short videos. I mean, here there is such a big creativity, humor, let's say, inside the city. It's very nice. And I didn't know about the existence of this school.
I'll send you links
that you mentioned.
Someone is asking, does Paula have an assistant during the sessions?
Yeah. Please reply in the meantime that I find the comment.
It's the last one.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So does Paula have an assistant during the session? It depends on the size of the session. If it's like today, I'm going to do a kids party. So of course, no, it's only me. If it's
Which kind of pictures are you taking during a kid party?
I'm sorry?
Which kind of pictures? I mean, apart from while kids are playing, and then there is the...
So I do a bit of everything. Again, I'm always very strict with my clients. So I go 1 hour earlier. I do the setup, because in Dubai, everything is big. So they have a proper big setup.
Okay.
So I do the table, I do all the setup. They tend to have different activities like petting farm. So they bring animals for the kids.
Wow, amazing.
So it's not just a kids party. It's like a big...
Okay. I was thinking, let's say, in the...
We are in Dubai, so nothing is just a kids party.
I forgot it. Sorry, my fault.
So they would have magician. They would have, if it's a princess party, they would have the princess come in.
Wow.
You name it. You think they'll have it. I had one that
can I be your assistant once? I want to come and see.
You're more than welcome if you want to. I have a friend, sometimes she comes to weddings with me just to see it.
Amazing. Yes, I can imagine. I mean, in Italy, kids' parties are, I mean, normally are very nice, but
your mom and dad.
home, yes, with kids playing. Wow.
No, you're thinking.
Yes,
so they would have snakes for the kids to pet. So usually I go earlier. I do 1 hour photo session with mom, dad, and the kids. So it's more like a family session, and then we do the party.
Okay.
The assistant.
How does it work when you have the assistant?
So kids party, I never had an assistant because I can do it by myself. Mainly the assistant is for the bigger weddings. So she would be my second shooter. I would still be the main shooter. So I mainly would do the bride. I would stay with the bride. And then my second shooter, my assistant, like in your wedding, she would be more with the groom. So we separate and we have different roles because we've been working for so long together. I use one type of lens. She used another type, so we can cover all the angles.
Yeah. And I remember that you were really, I mean, on the right track because you were totally synchronized.
We don't even talk. We just look at each other. We know what we're doing, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I do not see other questions. I just see that there are people already started following you on Instagram, but I cannot see other questions. Beautiful lesson. I can't wait to see Paula's photos. Very nice. So Paula, they are waiting for your links. So do not hesitate to share all your contact information with us.
How can I share it?
You can send via email and I will make a post, and also in our magazine. I will share with you the magazine that will be released on April the 5th. It will include an article about our conversation and all your contact information.
Thank you so much. It's been a massive pleasure.
Paula, it has been so nice to have you today. So then, I mean, now we are super curious about this.
I hope they like the photos. I really hope.
I'm sure they will. I'm really sure they will. Thank you so much, Paola, for your time. And we will wait for your links, okay?
Will do. Grazie mille, everyone, and have a lovely Sunday. And I'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you so much. Bye, Paola. Grazie mille. Bye.
Grazie, ciao.